Abs is not a sign of power. It's just the sign you don't eat enough.
What's up everyone, David here, got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so don't miss out. Now I got a little bit of an issue. Pretty sure many of you have the same issue. It's winter times. So that means the abs are not quite as defined as they would be if it was summer. That winter bulk is going great, or at least you know it's going great if you got no more fine, you know, real good looking abs. Right now they're a little blurry. I mean, you could kind of see where they're supposed to be. The obliques are kind of there, but you know what, it's time to really start working them, or at least that's what you think you have to do to build up your abs. Now I want to get this point clear. Many of you, whether you want to build up the abs or the obliques right here, you think that doing all the different crunches, all the different twists, thinking that's going to help you make them look more defined. But no matter how many exercises you do, no matter how many crunches, Russian twist, leg raises, doesn't matter. They could be really built up, but unless you burn that layer of fat that's on top of it, they're never going to look as lean as you would like. And how do we burn fat? By being in a caloric deficit. You got to be burning more calories than you're eating. So just wanted to get that out the way. But let's just say you do have a low enough body fat percentage where you can actually start seeing some abs. And now is really time to build them up even more. So what exercises would you do? Luckily for you, stay till the end. I'm going to show you 2 of my favorite exercises for abs and 2 of my favorite exercises for the obliques. Now, what exactly is the difference? Abs are what we consider the six-pack muscle, which is typically what everyone wants to work. You know, six-pack, the crunches, that's what we flex. The washboard abs, I hear sometimes being called, depending on how lean you are or how developed your abs are. Some of you may even have an 8-pack. Those are the abs. The obliques are the finger-looking ones to the side of your abs. Now, why are these important? It's because it ties in the look. You can't just have abs looking good on their own. You got to have the obliques that tie into it. It just completes the look of this midsection. So we want to make sure we address both. Now, what exactly do the abs allow us to do? Our abs allow us to crunch right here. We're purposely rounding our back. I know many exercises, many trainers, influencers, gym bros, or just common sense, they tell you not to arch your back, not rounding it or arching it excessively, I want to get that straight. They tell you to keep your back straight with every exercise. But abs, training abs specifically, is the only exercise where, yes, you want to purposely round your back, because that's exactly what the abs allow us to do. Why do you think a lot of crunches we round like this? When we do a leg raise, we're bringing our hips this way. That's all ab work. That is exactly what the purpose of the abs are, to round our back. So you want to do an exercise that actually allows you to do so. Now, our obliques, on the other hand, have 2 functions, but we're going to stick with one. One of them is this motion right here. Now, a lot of people may say they feel it a little in the obliques, which may be true, but realistically, if you do side bends, let's just say you're holding a weight on your side, like so, and you're doing these, yeah, you may feel it a little right here on your side, but the real muscle that's really being worked out with this movement is actually back here, your QL. That's the muscle that's back here. That's what's allowing you to pull your spine over one way. What our obliques actually allow us to do are twisting motions. So twisting side to side. Now, this exercise right here, this may look familiar. A lot of people do Russian twists, but I got a little issue with this. With Russian twists, what exactly are we doing it for? If we're doing it for the goal of building up the obliques, yeah, it's okay. Yes, that's technically the motion that this muscle allows us to do. But in most cases, what's the first thing that gives out? It's our arms. You got to really load up a lot of weight on your arms. You got to be holding like a 45 and really go at it. But at the end of doing a heavy set of Russian twists, I could be doing up to sets of 20 holding a 45. But do I really feel that bad of a burn? Like, do I really feel my obliques working that bad? Or at least that much? Not really. I feel my biceps and my forearms doing the majority of the work just holding the weight. So what do we opt for? That's where the cable machine comes into play. That leads us into the first exercise, the first of 2 for the obliques. Again, we already went over obliques. Main function is twisting, not necessarily this. we're gonna need a cable machine. And if you have one of these attachments, it will actually come in really handy, but we're not gonna use it like this. What I need you to do is move it over to the side so you just have one long strand. Go ahead, put it on the edge, and from right here, realistically, there's two ways you can go about it. Make sure that you're twisting to the side so that the cable or the handle is running across your body this way. Now, the way I say, or the reason why I say two ways about it is because some people do it with their hands out like this, keep the arms straight, and you're gonna, oh, hold up, you gotta lower the weight a little. I forgot, it's because usually when there's a camera, I up the weight to make it look more impressive, but for demonstration purposes, I'll go light for y'all. So right here, arms out, and a lot of people twist to the side like this. Now that is perfect for the obliques. Right away, I feel more of the motion right here, more of the action being activated here. But oftentimes, if you're doing this, what is it again that fatigues first? For me, honestly, my arms give out quicker than my obliques. And if you're an athlete, this will be really great because, you know, it's more full body, a little bit more quote unquote functional, especially if you're in a sport that does require a lot of rotation. So for example, if you're in baseball, you swing. If you're a shot putter, you're twisting to throw ball, things like that. But if your goal is just hypertrophy, just building up, just training for looks, then I personally do it like this. Keep it close to my torso like this. Boom, bring it into me, and then June. Twist to the side. Now, what I'm not going to do is use my legs. What I mean by that is a lot of people, when they twist, they use their whole body. You see, now both my feet are facing off to the side that I'm twisting towards. No, we don't want that. Let your torso do all the work. Your hips and your legs, pretty much anything from the waist down, that should be staying still. All the motion should be happening right here in your core, your midsection. This is the part that should be twisting. Everything else is just keeping you upright and keeping you sturdy. So literally, just this. This is the motion we're looking at. And my arms are not fatiguing because all I'm doing is just using my arms and my torso to hold this rope in place. So that's the first exercise for obliques. Second exercise, you're gonna switch out the handle to more or less one of these looking handles. I mean, come on, every gym has these. There's no excuse for not having it. We're gonna go down on one knee. Now, does it matter which knee that you're going towards? In my experience, I've tried both. I don't really feel much of a difference, but just go with what feels comfortable for you. Now, for this one, it's gonna be a little bit more awkward, I guess is the best way to say it. I'm gonna go ahead and work my right side, and from what I found, the side that I'm working on, I find it better to have that knee down. So I wanna work my right obliques, I'm gonna have my right knee down. And for this one, I'm gonna be facing a 45-degree angle. So I'm not facing the side, and I'm not facing directly in front of the machine. I'm a little bit more off to the side right here. I'm gonna keep my elbow behind here and think of it more as not necessarily a full-on sideways crunch, because again, we said we're avoiding those. We're avoiding any type of sideways movement. That's QL, that's the muscle back here. But we don't want to do a full-on crunch in the front because that's abs. We're gonna aim for right in the middle, and that's where we're kind of standing right here in the middle. Boom, that's obliques. Another thing to keep on the lookout for is don't use your arm. It's not a rowing motion, okay? You're not working out your back and you're not doing some type of curl or tricep extension. No, you're just using your arm to hold this cable in place behind your head, and you're letting the oblique come down. Think of it like you're trying to get your elbow to your knee or your elbow to your hip. Whatever you want to use to visualize it, just know you're not crunching to the side and you're not crunching forward. You're crunching diagonally right in the middle. Go ahead and get all your reps on one side, switch it, and get your reps on the other side. Those are the two exercises for obliques. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to hurry you up before the sun goes down. I'm pretty sure you can notice it's starting to get a little darker out here. Now we're gonna move on to two exercises for the abs, the front part, the 6-pack or 8-pack, depending on how lean you are and how well developed they are. We're gonna go ahead and continue using this rope attachment. The reason why is because the rope attachments have those little parts on the ends that keep your hands from slipping out. So that's why I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and connect it to a cable machine, and I'm gonna actually stand far away enough from the machine to the point where if I were to arch my back like this, again, not rounding, this time arching, the weight stack is not hitting the bottom of the machine. It's actually still floating a little bit from right here. These hands, I'm gonna hold it right here. So you see, I'm slightly bending my elbow, or not slightly, I actually am bending it a good amount. All I'm using my arms for is just to hold this rope in this position. I'm not gonna be doing a row every single rep. No, we don't want none of that. We're just using our arms to hold ourselves in that position. From right here, arch, and then purposely round. So again, arch to round. Now, some people, I'm pretty sure you've seen them do this on their knees. I recently started doing it standing up, and I feel the biggest difference. For some reason, I feel it a lot more in my abs when I do it standing compared to when I do it on my knees. But you can go ahead and try it out. I mean, do what works best for you. Just know that the whole point of this exercise is to go from this position with your back arched to this position to your back rounded. Think of it like you're trying to get your chest to your knees. Really squeeze those abs, crunch it as much as you can. You're gonna feel the burn right here, but you gotta go through that full range of motion. Now, I just talked about going on full range of motion with the cable crunches. But for these type of crunches, second exercise for abs, we're actually just gonna be focusing on some partials. And I like to do this particular ab exercise at the very end of the ab workout. Because again, I'm not working the full range of motion. I'm just getting those last bit of reps, just squeezing them out. So on this one, you could be on the floor, but I'm gonna be on the bench because why not? But it makes no difference. Knees up like you're doing a sit-up position. If you're doing this, I mean, I see no difference in it. For my opinion, this is pointless. We're just trying to build up the abs here, not trying to do anything too fancy. And we're gonna have a weight held right here in front of us. And all we're doing is just lifting the shoulders this much, that's it. We're not doing a full-on sit-up, okay? We're just doing this, rounding the back, getting the shoulders off the ground, really crunching those abs as hard as we can, and then back down. Again, just working that last bit of motion, boom, really burning out those abs at the end of the workout. Now, if you are gonna be doing it with weight, which I got right here, what's really important here is that you're not using your arms and turning it into a chest press and using that momentum to bring your torso up. No, if you're gonna be using weight, have your elbows locked out the entire time and just let your abs do all the work. You see, slow and controlled is what's important with this exercise. And you're gonna feel the burn really quickly if you're doing it correctly. Again, I don't wanna see none of this. At this point, your arms, your chest, particularly the triceps and the pecs, they're taking over from what your abs should be doing in the first place. So nice and controlled, squeeze those abs. It's not a lot of range of motion, just short bursts, good intensity. There you have it, everyone. Those are just 4 real quick exercises that you can do for your abs and obliques, specifically 2 for the obliques, 2 for the abs. Again, abs, 6-pack muscles in the front allow you to crunch. Obliques, finger-looking muscles on your sides allow you to twist. For the obliques, the 2 exercises that we got are gonna be any type of twisting motion with the cable, either with your hands out or hands in. For me personally, I like to have my hands in because this way my arms don't fatigue quicker than my obliques. And then second exercise is gonna be that, not necessarily sideways crunch, because sideways would be this way and not necessarily regular crunch because that would be this way. It's kind of in between, just really targeting the in-between muscle right here, the obliques. 2 exercises for abs are gonna be the weighted crunches, which we just did with this one right here. Do it either on the floor or on the bench. Just make sure it's just a real small range of motion. Really squeeze those abs and don't use your arms for momentum. Let your abs do all the work, all right? And then after that, it's the cable crunches that we did. Whether you want to do it on your knees or you want to do it standing, up to you. Just make sure you go from that arching position to rounding. That's a lot of range of motion. And make sure that you're not using your arms to row the weight. Your arms are only going to be used to hold the cable or rope attachment, whatever it is that you're using, in place. But your abs are what's actually allowing your torso to go through the range of motion. Comment down below if this video was helpful. Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diet, workout programs, whatever it is, I'd be more than happy to do so. I'd be more than happy to make that video to help y'all out. Also, be sure to subscribe not just to this channel, but my girlfriend's channel and our couple's channel so you don't miss out on any new videos, because we've got new videos across the board for all 3 channels every week. For this channel specifically, new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays. So don't miss out. And the Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on my accounts, girlfriend's accounts, couples accounts. I put all the links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.